Sean Abraham, AJ, Mark Evans, David Ashkin, Roseanne Clift, I'm here. Dr. Thank you. Brenda Mano, Sandy Bishop, Andrew Gooding, Greg Benson, Greg Kang, Dr. Diane, Dr. Sumner, Joseph Jones, Stephen and Stephen. Fifteen percent. Yeah. Altruism. Acceptance of the second. Acceptance of the September 16th meeting. Second. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Sal, speak. I saw no further from it. I closed that. I got some videos here. I just like used to look at it. Usually I have a truck driving in. Got the trailer coming cabin down. This is a commercial. Right? This turn at the end of he switched and tried the trailer. That's a park there. That's the truck out came out the side. Now, stop. So it's just a matter of time that, you know, it's how it was. And it's a risk, but it's not in the bike lane because it's not safe. He's on the right side of the taxes. The question is that everybody salary, she cannot get out on her driveway. That's what we just for a bike, a bus to be there. Bike lane about. So if there's rush hour, the car speeding down, they end up hitting it. Now they want to change Mason, put bike lanes on Mason. Staten Island Hospital won't have parking. They're going to parking on that road for people that are going to visit people, workers that are working in there. Bike lanes on Staten Island to slow the traffic down. Stop signs, like the one they put on Freeborn Street. For 35 years, we've been asking for stop signs. October 6th, they put a stop sign right by the circle. The community is like, what is this? Up the children and the pedestrian and the homeowners that live in the community that have been asking for 40 years. Now you put a stop sign here and a circle. It's a matter of time people take a circle, and every day they go through that stop sign. Okay, so
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to read a joint statement to the community board too. We are deeply concerned about the Mason Avenue Road Diet Plan proposed by the New York City Department of Transportation. Mason Avenue is an important corridor that serves residents, schools, businesses, and emergency services. Although we all align with DOT's emphasis on safety, this plan appears to undermine that objective. For example, replacing a vehicle travel lane with a bike lane will lead to congestion and divert traffic onto adjacent residential streets that are not equipped to manage the access. The bike lane lacks connectivity and is essentially a bike lane to nowhere. Inconsistent design only adds to the complications, and bike lane grid is neither feasible nor desirable. Consequently, the streets that previously posed no problems have now become safety hazards for pedestrians and families residing on those streets. Furthermore, the suggested floating parking lane, which positions parked vehicles away from the curb and distinguishes them from the traffic with a bike lane, presents a significant issues as demonstrated on Seaview Avenue. According to feedback from constituents who contact our office, the design causes confusion amongst drivers and pedestrians and generates blind spots for individuals entering or exiting vehicles. Additionally, it hinders the snow removal and street cleaning, both of which are essential for ensuring safe and clean streets throughout the year. Our community needs traffic solutions that accurately represent the actual usage of Mason Avenue as a significant thoroughfare, rather than creating to the minimal recreational cycling that occurs in the area. Each borough possesses its own distinct characteristics, and what may be beneficial for Manhattan does not necessarily apply to Staten Island. Traffic enhancements in safety should prioritize the installation of more effective traffic signals, the upgrading of crosswalks, and the enforcement of current traffic regulations rather than pursuing designs that interfere with everyday activities and diminish the street's operational capacity. For these reasons, we strongly encourage the DOT to either withdraw or amend the existing road diet proposal. Furthermore, we advocate for a collaborative effort Staten Island residents, local businesses, and community organizations to explore variable alternatives. Sincerely, Councilman David Carr, Congresswoman Nicole Meliotakis, State Senator Andrew Lanza, State Senator Jessica Scarcella Stanton, and State Assemblyman Michael Tanusis. Thank you.
thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Vincent. I am a community
liaison for our state senator, Jessica Scarcella-Staten, and I'll just be sharing some updates with you this evening. So first, legislative updates. Governor Kathy Hochul has signed one of the senator's pieces of legislation into law, Senate Bill S 3323A, known as the Eli Parker Levitt Law, ensure that commercial health insurance policies in New York cover medically necessary transvaginal ultrasounds when recommended by nationally recognized clinical practice guidelines. The law is named in honor of Eli Parker Levitt, who was born prematurely at 23 weeks in 2020 and tragically passed away shortly after birth due to an undiagnosed condition that could have been detected and treated through a simple, non-invasive ultrasound during pregnancy. Onto local initiatives, we recently secured $500,000 in funding to support the preservation of the historic Stillwell Perrine House in historic Richmond Town, so that Staten Islanders can continue to learn about our borough's history and continue to conserve over 400 years of history on our group. Lastly, I'd like to cover some upcoming events that we have. We have our weekly labor offices, which we have a flyer for up there with the schedule. So we'll be around the district. So if you have any issues, you can come up to us at these member offices, or you can also come to me afterwards. But if you want to take for a friend, family member, that kind of stuff. We'll also be hosting our annual Veterans Barbecue with Senator Lanza and the FDNY this Sunday, October 26th from 1 to 4 at the Hillside Swim Club. We also have flyers up there, so if you'd like to take one to remember, pass out to friends and family if you know any veterans. And lastly, our Thanksgiving Student Showcase is now open, where any students can submit an essay, poem, or piece of artwork describing what you're thankful for this year, and those can be submitted electronically on our website. And again, we have flyers up there, so you don't have to remember all of it. But I'll be here for any questions afterwards. Thank you all so much. Thank you. So
Oh, I see. Good evening, everyone. So I just wanted to come before you on behalf of the borough president. We wanted to speak about the universal daylighting bill that the board will be hearing later on. So just to start, I just wanted to make it clear that the borough president is not against daylighting. We just do not believe in a cookie cutter, one fits all approach to things. We think each intersection should be looked at on its own individually. Two intersections are exactly alike. There's times where we have actually requested daylighting and had it installed. However, you know, if this were to go through, it would be detrimental to Staten Island. DOT estimates that we would be losing about 300,000 spots citywide, 49,000 of them on Staten Island. They have also cited that safety studies that say that if you just go and you make the intersection, you know, so wide without anything there, that it will actually create a problem because you will have this wide turn where people will speed up. I know this personally because growing up, when I was a teenager, my brother was hit by a car in a hit and run in a similar situation. It was a very wide intersection. He was coming home from our grandmother's house. The car hit him, and the car hit him. He broke his shoulder. He broke he tore his Achilles tendon, still walks with a limp to this day. And perhaps most importantly, to a 16-year-old boy, after wearing braces for 4 years, he lost his 6 top front teeth, the teeth that he wore braces for, and still has implants to this day. So I have witnessed personally how this could occur. Unfortunately, my brother lives in Arizona. Otherwise, I actually had tried to convince him to fly up here. And I said, oh, you know, make a family trip so you could come and speak or whatever. But he did give me permission to speak on his behalf. So, you know, like I said, against daylighting, we're just asking to take a stand that we would like every single intersection looked at. I mean, we had at the Traffic and Transportation Committee, somebody come here from Brooklyn. Staten Island is not Brooklyn. Our intersections are not the same. It is, once again, not a one-size-fits-all approach. So that is all that we are saying. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Oh, George? Okay. Civic, sorry, I'm late. Traffic, but I know Sal hit on some points about the bike lane itself. They just and they don't even ask a question. So I had an issue in Lincoln Avenue. So, so I see this every day. There's still school to the 7, so we can takes for the volume of traffic. The singing is coming. A lot of people have to drive to the Kosciuszko Bridge average about 5 miles an hour. Once I made it over the bridge, I was like, you got I they go that way. They go
Hi, everybody. My name is Amalia, and I'm here representing on behalf of Assemblyman Michael Tanusis. Sorry I couldn't be there in person today, but as always, if you guys have any issues, feel free to call our office. The number is 718-987-0197. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Thomas Fammy on behalf of the Congresswoman's office. We're here to listen to the local concerns of our community, and definitely pass that along to the Congresswoman to inform her policymaking initiatives. Um, any federal issues that you may have, and especially in light of a federal shutdown, if you're having lack of contact with federal agents, we're here to help. Our district offices in Staten Island and Southwest Brooklyn. Staten Island is 718-568-2870. And again, thank you very much, and it's a pleasure to be with you all tonight.
I just want to say I was not aware that any bike lanes are after watching the homeowner trying to get out of the driveway. I don't think they're told that they install those white pipes so that you have to go back and forth and you can't get out of your driveway because of these that they're permanently attached in the ground. Everywhere. Okay. This is a statement for consideration. This month, DOT gave consideration to the traffic scenario project, which involved the removal travel lanes to accommodate bicycle infrastructure. Given Staten Island's ongoing dependence on personal vehicles and our limited public transportation options, these proposals often raise concerns from residents about safety, increased congestion, reduced emergency vehicle access. To recommend that we consider adopting a formal policy to oppose future proposals that involve for bicycle or other non-regular use. So, we'd like to take a vote on that. So, any questions about that? This one we have it for Okay, I'll come back. See? That's it? Okay. Diana? Dr. Joseph Charles? Stephen J.
Abstain.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. Abstain, okay, got it. Thank you. $15 in favor, abstain.
Thank you. Roseanne. So, we have two items. This one, the first is actually based on this resolution that was just passed. We're actually very and I think genesis of the discussion was concern that was raised by safety pedestrians, patients and highly trafficked area. And my understanding is that it's initially focused on of thoroughfare, 2 lanes of traffic to 1 and implementation of the bike lane. So counted 77 cyclists, which does show like active usage by cyclists. But to look at it from a comparative standpoint, in the suburban active roadway, single lane, on average, one sees 106 vehicles in 15 minutes. That's reasonable. You just assume if you went out to South Avenue, 60 seconds, you expect to see vehicles. By 14 hours, that amounts to 5,946 passengers. So that I realize that part of was essentially question. Had balanced discussion regarding of the legislation proposed. Found is that establishing positions on common ground and places of faith. Those who support this legislation will not faith and confidence that Constitution is doing enough to protect pedestrian safety. And the message of this legislation actually action. Those who opposed actually felt that the legislation was too progressive. So we actually of legislation because there is a misunderstanding. I'm sure process through which
legislation until some of these irregularities are worked out. So that's my report for the month. On the daylight.
Sean Aber. AJ.
Opposed.
Valerie Maloney.
Opposed. Opposing is against the daylight. Okay.
Mark Alvarez. Oh, that's right. Sorry. Tom Backus. Roseanne Clift, I'm opposed. Dr. Cavanagh. Thank you. Ben D'Amato. Roy Garlisi. Andrew Guido. Fred Ginta. Michael Lanza. Diane McNamara.
Opposed.
Luke Pugh. Dr. Raju. Joseph Torres. Steven Zederico. Steven Zaboinski. Opposed.
Mr. Chair, could I just request that we just possibly give a brief summary of the Mason Avenue Safety Improvement Project, just so like give like a brief rundown so that the board is more informed.
Okay.
Thank you.
I have a copy.
We do have printed copies. We're prepared to present if that was just didn't know on the agenda. It's up to you.
Just wanna talk. I just here where this came from.
Again, hi everyone, Victoria Carstensen, Deputy Borough Commissioner for Staten Island for DOT. Just want to thank the board for having us this evening and for allowing us to present at the Transportation Committee. Again, the genesis of this project was in fact the request of the hospital to kind of make both Seaview Avenue and Mason Avenue a little bit safer for pedestrians as well as, you know, motorists using the roadway. We did separate this project into two projects, right? We did Seaview Avenue first. Obviously, that project has been implemented and it's successful, and on the Mason Avenue. So with that, I know Will had a few things to say from our offices, Will Trail, our chief of staff to the borough commissioner, and as well as David, the project manager for this project. So while we pull that up, we're gonna just do some copies here. And again, we just wanted to, give everybody a little bit more facts about this project and maybe have a little bit more informed discussion. So thank you all for your patience. We do have our street teams that go out at the park. Obviously.
Please use the mic. They cannot hear you online.
We worked very collaboratively with the hospital, with Staten Island Hospital, in kind of conceptualizing these projects. And as we mentioned, we did go to the elected and just make sure that they were aware of it and send. Get the chance.
Traffic. And then we have guys. part of it. What we do is we, as a byproduct, we have this base pipeline. So everyone thinks, oh, we're getting rid of the whole travel lane. But really what we're doing is we're narrowing the roadway. When you narrow the roadway, cars tend to just drive slower, right? And be more safe. When you're driving down the street, you're just more safe. Cars just have a tendency to pick up speed. That's kind of just a treatment that we use. And
we have fundamental disagreement with DOT. They believe that you need to slow down the traffic in Staten Island. So we believe Staten Island traffic cannot be slowed any further down because it's already going at 3 miles per hour, it can only be 0 miles per hour. So we have fundamental different way. The only way they think they can stop accidents is slow the traffic down. But we believe, people who live here for many years, we believe that you can't slow down any further because it takes a long time to commute in Staten Island. So this is not going to be solved by any of these proposals because we are fundamentally disagreeing. And there is really not much of a consumer voice being heard. Right? Yes, you talk to the elected officials, you talk to the community board, but you talk to the people. Staten Island Hospital is not only person who lives there. There are people who live there. And the people lived there even before Staten Island Hospital came. So we need to really understand that. So somehow he says Staten Island Hospital said it's fine, then that's a God's word, everybody has to follow that. That's not the way we communicate. So I think there's no point of discussing it because let's go for the wood.
So Dr.
One second. Yes, I agree with you. The reason why we're letting you speak now, just to give a quick outline for the rest of the board, it wasn't at the traffic meeting.
Commercial roadway. It is. ShopRite, no tractor trailers can go to ShopRite or any supermarkets on our roadways. So how do they get to ShopRite?
Supposed to use a smaller truck, it's called a WD-40. Have you ever seen a beer truck? Move that beer, like, open up the side?
Tractor trailers all over Staten Island.
That's the only truck. I know it's frustrating, but.
They're actually parked them.
I'm not telling you they're not there. I'm telling you, the truck and the truck. CVIP project, and there was a lot of issues with monitoring it. I particularly pay attention to what's happening. Correspondence. You know, there's issues.
Yes, that, in terms of safety on Seaview, we've seen a 30% decline in the number of crashes with injuries. The pedestrian injuries have gone down by 100% since we put it in. So we're paying attention to that. We're also paying attention to congestion. It's a little early for our data to get really accurate, but I'm looking at it, keeping an eye on it. And if there's issues coming up, we can take a look at it. Because we're talking further about some of the blind spots on Seaview. Traffic for someone, so I can take them to see the entrance and exit to the emergency room. So I'm going to ask again. That goes up, some of the vital blocks. It's out to everybody. So if the push is there, it's put you on the spot. In terms of just out of the driveway talking to the engineers about treatment. And we are these adjustments. We're the same thing with Mason. The reason why we're doing Mason again is to increase pedestrian safety on the corner. Hospital when they have to basically walk for about 4 or 5 minutes to the nearest crosswalk. So we're going to put a crosswalk and you want to shorten the crossing distance from so we're doing that. Change. We also have bicycle lanes. A lot of people on Staten Island, the bicycle lanes are a controversial thing. Cyclists don't ride everywhere. So just a correction on the number before we close, there was some cyclists to be counted on Mason Avenue. Not a huge number of people. In terms of people who are riding in terms of Staten Island on the streets in this community, Mason Avenue is in the top 15%. So we think that adding the bicycles also has protection for them, and it's beneficial for everyone to have safe streets.
Okay, thank you. Well,
I just wanted to say that the intent here was just to create a safe crosswalk for people midway, because the only crosswalk right now is Seaview and Mason. So if there are patients seeking care between Delaware and Seaview, there's a way for them to safely cross, whether they have a cane or a wheelchair or a walking. That was the goal of connecting. I'm not expecting the precedent to be just because Staten Island said it's supposed to happen. I live in your community. I live in New Dorp, so I get it. The purpose of coming to community is to hear feedback, and that was the point of coming here today. So I just wanted this position of the hospital to be clear that we just reached out to create a safe way for people seeking care to be able to get across the street.
thank you. So Steve.
Be concerned from the hospital when they ban MTA buses going to their campus, which adds a half a mile walk. People come from Mason, they have to say 501 or the other buildings that are in the back. Now, I can't believe that the administration of the hospital would be so concerned about people walking on Mason Avenue versus about people having easy access to their cabinets. The other issue with the buses coming up from Father Capandano up Seaview, making a right on Mason, the issue came up a while ago. How are they going to turn around to finish their route on Mason if there's only 2 lanes? The buses are not going to be ready. There's no roundabout here in Mason, correct?
There is actually.
Yeah.
There is a roundabout.
That's been in it's like 2 months we reactivated the terminal that used to be north of Mason for the MTA. The MTA on that one.
If you're gonna cite stats, how much fatalities have been reduced, please bring monthly facts, because how long has this been in Seaview? And you could have one accident in the past 5 years and you just go around that, so you're like, oh, it's been improved 30%, one accident. So please bring monthly stats if you're gonna use things like that. Number 2, it's very frustrating when we hear it's been very successful, because living in the neighborhood, I do not know one person who likes it. The revision on Seaview. They hate it with a passion. They hate what's been done on Midland Avenue. And I mean, I'm sorry, Father Capodanno. So it's very frustrating when you guys tell us it's successful based on what? And I do agree that Mason Avenue needs to be addressed. But people hate the bike lanes, like Seaview Avenue. You have people being dropped off. Now they're triple parking in the middle of the street to let people with canes and walk.
Thank you.
In terms of thing. Yeah, Jerry, I don't come out with a whole bunch of data because 2 or 3 years direction is right now. They could change. I'm not gonna we're not saying it's a successful project just yet. That's so far we haven't seen it is like we have negative indicators what's going on.
Thank you.
objectives. We asked for feedback so we could. No. Anyway.
I think just for the purposes of this exercise, I think we should focus on.
That's it. Thank you, Sal. Thank you.
This is for the Mason Avenue project. You have to tell me if you're in favor or opposed. Sean Abram. AJ. Valerie. Oh. What's it?
Members are on the call and they're texting me, they're saying it's almost impossible to hear. And even the transcript where it's printing is only catching like every third word, so that's probably why.
Oh, okay.
So she said, but she did say that when people were talking, she could hear them, it was just when the mic was away from their mouth, or, you know, someone was just talking to them. So, I don't know, maybe, you know.
Okay. Dr. Cognata?
No.
Thank you. It works. Ben D'Amato? Roy Galisi? Andrew Guido? Fred Ginter? Michael Lanza? Diane McNamara?
Opposed.
Richard Pugh? Dr. Raju?
Opposed.
Joseph Torres? Steven Zerico? Steven Zablinski? Okay. 18 opposed.
Thank you, Roseanne. Okay, moving right, thank you, DOT. and Joey. Ben D'Amato, land use.
Microphone, Ben, microphone.
We have one item on the agenda tonight.
Two, 422. To facilitate two-story single-family home at 150 Flag Place, Tozer section of Staten Island. This is in a special natural area district, so it's a steep slope area. Is the applicant present by chance? So I visited this site itself. In the trees, it is a 35% slope. So side, it is directly below Richmond Road, between the property and the store. Supposed anyway, so
This is the application. Tuesday, two-story single-family house at 155 Place in section of Staten Island. So you're going to tell me if you're in favor or opposed. Sean Abram? AJ? Roseanne Clift on the post. Dr. Cognata? No.
Thank you. Antoine? Steve? Andrew? Pendleton? Benson? Brian? Dr. Joe? Joseph Torres? Stefan Zalarico? Stephen Zabriskie? Okay, so that's yours.
First advice, thank you.